give us some of your sweet player props that you have going into the weekend.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't really been talking about anytime touchdowns that much this year, but there are a few this particular week that I like. Number one, Brian Robinson. Potentially without Antonio Gibson this week, or even a limited Antonio Gibson against the very vulnerable Browns defense. If his rushing line, opens up in the 70s, I might end up going over there. I'm expecting 20 plus carries pretty easily for this week, but his anytime touchdown at plus 105, he's due. There are 13 running backs with 100 or more carries since week 10. They've scored an average of 3.69 touchdowns, so somewhere between 3 and 4 touchdowns. Robinson is one of those guys with 100 or more carries, but he's only scored 1 touchdown. So there's some positive regression coming for him potentially this week. It also helps that the Browns are allowing the third most rushing touchdowns to running backs this year.
Yeah, I like that one, Faraz, because with Carson Wentz in there, the last thing you want to do is put the ball in Carson Wentz's hands. So hand the ball off, please. All right. What else you got there, my man?
Travis Etienne as well. He's another one of those guys, who has been getting a ton of carries, but just not enough touchdowns. And usually the correlation between carries and touchdowns is strong. But so when you see a guy who's not getting as many touchdowns, correlated with the amount of carries he's getting, you kind of want to attack those props. So Etienne, his anytime touchdown is set at plus 100. He's had 14 red zone carries and 4 carries inside the 5 over the last 4 weeks and no touchdowns. All right. So the guys who are sitting around him with a similar opportunity in the red zone, 4 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns. So now he's going up against the Texans this week, who have allowed the most rushing touchdowns to running backs this year. So I think he cashes in this week. So I like those two guys, so much this week that I think I'm going to be parlaying those two together at plus 310 this week. Oof. So I kind of like those two to cash in this week. And by the way, if you want to get crazy, okay, if you want to get a little crazy,
as we do,
sometimes these positive regressions hit in bunches. Okay, so if you want to hit either of these guys at 2+ touchdowns, those odds are sitting at plus 600 for Brian Robinson and plus 550 for Travis Etienne.